Psychetruth. Life, wisdom.
Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Katrina Repman, and today I would like to share with you my first in a series of videos on yoga for relaxation. These videos will help you prevent stress and anxiety, increase your flexibility, and relieve pain as you increase mobility. They're completely beginner-friendly. We'll start with the basics. So follow along, favorite this video, watch it time and time again. These are perfect to do after work or before bed. I like to watch the same video time and time again because part of what helps relieve stress is that familiar routine of stress relief. So make this part of your stress relieving practice. So to start, let's find a comfortable seat. And I do mean comfortable. You'll want your hips over your knees, which might mean that you need to sit on something to get your hips a little higher. With me today, I have some yoga props like blocks and blankets, but at home you could use dictionaries, encyclopedias if you don't have blocks, and blankets or bath towels if you don't have yoga blankets. So to find that comfortable seat, you again might want to take a block or a couple of books under your sits bones to find the knees lower than the hips. Blankets will work just as well. So finding that seat, we're going to ground into the sits bones. Those two bones at the base of your pelvis, you can feel them if you rock side to side. We'll ground down through those and lift from the sternum and the crown of the head. We can close the eyes, resting the backs of the hands on the lap. And we'll breathe. At first, just watching the breath, not yet trying to change it in any way, but noticing where it flows, where it feels constricted. And slowly we'll begin to deepen the breath, drawing it all the way into the belly. With each inhale, we'll lengthen the spine, letting inhales wash from tailbone all the way up the back. With an exhale, right back down. Just breathing. Allowing ourselves to drop into this space, into our bodies, slowing down. Letting go of any thoughts or worries we might be carrying with us from earlier in the day or the week. And giving ourselves permission just to tune in to our own bodies, to our own feelings. Allowing ourselves to relax, releasing stiffness and tension. Take 3 more breaths here. And then we'll begin to link some movement with the breath. We'll inhale together, and with an exhale, we'll drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. We'll inhale through neutral, and exhale the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhaling through neutral, right ear to right shoulder. Inhaling through center. We'll continue to flow here at the pace of our own breath. Stretching gently into each side of the neck. moving just as slowly as we breathe. We'll visit each side twice more. We'll inhale back to a neutral spine and exhale, dropping the chin towards the chest. With an inhale, we'll bring the head through center, and on our next exhale, being mindful of our body's limits, we'll tip the head backwards, as far as it will comfortably go. Inhaling through center, we'll exhale, chin to chest. Continuing this flow with our own breath. We'll visit each position twice more. Exploring our full range of motion. We'll inhale to a neutral spine, take a full breath here. And then we'll begin to warm up the shoulders. We'll stretch the fingertips out and inhale, sweeping them overhead, letting the palms touch at the natural conclusion of this inhale. With an exhale, we'll lower hands towards the ground, letting fingertips brush the mat at the natural conclusion of our exhale. Inhaling, arms up, stretching all the way out through those fingertips, feeling lines of energy down the arms. And exhaling. Moving as slowly as we breathe. Slowing the breath, slowing the body, slowing the mind. And you may have noticed this embroidered peacock feather here on my blue yoga pants. I am absolutely in love with them. I think they're so cute, and they were provided today by Synergy Organic Clothing Company, and they are as comfortable as they are stylish. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms down. Twice more. Then we'll begin to warm up the spine. We'll inhale the arms up, and as we exhale, we'll twist the chest to the right, still lowering the fingertips with an exhale. We'll inhale, coming up through neutral, and exhale, twisting to the left. Inhaling, facing straight, exhale, twisting to the right. We can begin these twists with a really gradual motion. No need to yank ourselves to our full range of motion just yet. And as we enter each twist, let's be mindful to begin with the base of the spine, then mid-back, then upper back, and finally the neck and head. Untwisting the same way, starting with the base, coming back to center. We'll visit each side twice more. Staying with the breath. Exhaling, arms down. And next we're going to enter a seated fold. So I'm going to remove my block to help me with my balance, but you're still welcome to keep a blanket folded underneath your hips. In fact, I'll demonstrate that now. So folding the blanket, I'll place it under my hips. Just a little bit of extra cushion to ensure that the hips are higher than the knees. I'm going to inhale to straighten my spine and engage my core and back muscles. Then I'll take my fingertips to the ground and slowly walk them forward. Finding my forward fold with a straight back. Relaxing the neck. Breathing here. Again, being sure to engage the muscles of the core rather than slumping over and letting the mobility come out of the back rather than the hips. We'll walk our hands all the way to the right, as far as they'll go, while still keeping both hips on the ground. We'll hold for 3 breaths. And slowly walk our hands back to center. Opening the chest up towards the front of the room, relaxing the neck. We'll walk the hands to the left side as far as we can. If we notice that right hip coming off the ground, we'll walk the hands back, reaching out as far as we can to the left, holding for 3 breaths. We'll walk the hands back to center and bring them back up. From here, we're going to prepare to come onto our hands and knees. And those of us who spend time at a desk regularly might feel a little sensitivity in our wrists, so we're going to do a gentle wrist warm-up before we put any weight on them. We'll take the arms out in front and inhale the fingertips up, stretching them back towards us. Then exhale, we'll tip the fingers down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. And down. You might already start to feel the stretch in your forearms if it's something you're not quite used to doing. We'll go 3 more times. Still enjoying the natural pace of our own relaxed breath. Next, we'll twist the wrists a little bit, very gently. We'll take one hand in front of us, turn the palm so it's facing out. With my opposite hand, I'm going to grab hold just below the thumb. I'll inhale with the hand at about chest height, and as I exhale, I'm going to gently twist that wrist open and lower the hand down. Inhale to reset. Exhale, gently twisting the wrist. Inhale, twice more. Then the right wrist. Again, taking hands in front, I'll twist that palm to face out, grab hold just below the thumb, inhale at chest height, and exhale, twisting the wrist open as I lower the hand. Three more times. Then we can shake them out. From here, we're going to come onto our hands and knees in a tabletop position. And if you have any sensitivity in your knees, I invite you to bring a blanket or a bath towel underneath them on your yoga mat. We'll place the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Spread the fingers wide, placing our weight evenly over our hands and knees. Here we're going to engage in some gentle core work and balance. We're going to inhale, taking the right foot back behind us, keeping the hips squared to the ground. Our tendency will be to bring that foot stacked up a little high. So we're going to do our best to keep it level to the ground, pressing out through the heel, curling the toes back towards the face. We can hold here for 3 breaths. Relaxing the neck, keeping it long and soft. We'll lower that right leg down. Take an inhale to lengthen and exhale to release tension. Then we'll inhale the left foot behind us. Keeping the hips squared towards the ground. Pushing out through the heel, we'll flex the toes towards the face. Still making firm contact with all 10 fingers on the mat. We'll hold one more breath. Then lower the left leg. We'll take a full inhale here. A full exhale. Then we'll inhale the right leg behind us again. 3 breaths. Squeezing the muscles of the core. And we'll lower the right leg. A breath to lengthen. A breath to release. And we'll inhale the left foot. Lower the right leg, the left, and we'll inhale the right up one more time. 3 breaths. And if this is a little bit too easy for you, you can also add in the left arm. Still engaging the core for our balance, keeping the neck soft. We'll reach out all the way from the fingertips of the left arm to the heel of the right foot. And lower down. Lengthening, releasing. We'll inhale the left foot behind us. Perhaps staying here, perhaps adding the right arm. Stretching, finding as much length as we can here in the body. One more inhale. One more exhale, and we'll lower down. From here, we'll push our way back into child's pose. We've got a couple of options. We can have the knees together as we take the chest down, or we can have the toes together, knees spread wide. And then we'll lower our upper body down, forehead towards the mat. We can take the arms out front, or wrap them alongside our bodies. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. Ourselves back up to our knees, and you may notice as I breathe, the particularly audible sound of my breath in the microphone as I breathe, and that's because I'm using a yogic technique called Ujjayi breath, or victorious breath. This style of breathing is intended to be used in every yoga pose, and it helps us to relax. Ujjayi breath is a gentle closing of the back of the throat, which allows us to draw in less air at a time, forcing us to take long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. These very same long breaths that help to calm the nervous system and bring us a little bit more peace to our thoughts, which are usually racing. So I encourage you to experiment with Ujjayi breath. It almost sounds like the sound of ocean waves in your own ears, or as some people like to call it, Darth Vader breath. So play around with this on your own, just gently allowing the back of your throat to soften as you breathe, and see what that does for your relaxation. So from here, we're going to come into some low lunges. And from our knees positioned on the mat, we're going to step our right foot forward. I would like to take a couple of blocks to help me as I enter this position. I invite you to bring some books or something similar. So with that right foot out front, I'm stacking 1 block on either side of my leg so I can gently sink into this stretch. And what I encourage you to do is start where you feel very little sensation. Again, I've got my knee cushioned, so there's absolutely no pain at this point. And I'm going to sink down until I feel that first edge, that first wave of sensation, where I'm getting a sense that my hip is a little bit tight, and I'm going to breathe here, supporting my weight through my hands with the blocks. And once I feel my hips start to open up, I'll sink a little lower, moving the blocks around as I need to. And rather than rushing to the deepest point of this lunge, I'm going to gently explore phase by phase. Rather than my mind telling my body when to move, I'm going to let my body tell me when it's comfortable going to the next level of the pose. Feel the sensation shift with every breath. Softening into the pose rather than stretching into it. I've been practicing for many years, so it takes my body just a few minutes to warm up into the stretch. But be patient with your body, especially if you're new. It could take time. We'll continue to explore this stretch for 3 more breaths, wherever we are. Hopefully not feeling discomfort as we're gently easing our way into the pose, not forcing ourselves into it. We'll gently lift ourselves up. Straightening that front leg, we'll curl the toes towards the face. I'm going to give myself maximum height with my blocks again. Reset my posture, keep my balance, tighten my core, straighten my back, inhale to lengthen, And as I exhale, I'll tip forward, finding that flexibility here in the hips rather than letting it come from my back, just until I find that first edge, which doesn't take much motion. Here I can already feel a heat and an intensity in the back of my leg. I'll spend a few breaths here. Before lowering the chest down. Slowly allowing my muscles to release. Letting my body guide the motion, not my ego. As I'm ready, I can adjust the height of my blocks, sinking deeper into the pose. Exploring that sensation. Take 4 more breaths. Relaxing the neck. And we'll gently lift our way out of the pose. We'll take the right leg, the knee back to the ground, and find child's pose again. Whichever configuration is most comfortable for us today. We'll stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. Then we'll gently roll ourselves back up. Get our blocks ready as we step our left foot out front into a lunge. Again, just bending that left knee, ensuring that it's no farther forward than the ankle. If it is, we can simply scoot our toes forward just a little bit. Sinking down until we find that first edge of intense sensation, and holding there, not moving into discomfort, and breathing. We'll feel the sensation shift, losing a little intensity, and we'll sink forward into the lunge a little more. Relaxing the neck. And we may find that we're a little bit more open on one side than the other. We may get to a point where we no longer need the blocks. And we can take the hands to either side of that front foot. We'll take 3 more breaths. Then we'll lift ourselves out of the pose, straightening that front leg, bringing the toes towards the face. We'll inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, keeping the back straight. We'll take the chest in the direction of the knee. Pausing when we reach that first edge. Taking deep breaths until we feel the leg begin to open. And invite us in a little further. Relaxing the neck. Two more breaths. We'll lift ourselves out of the pose. Remove our blocks. Lower down to child's pose. Two more breaths. And bring ourselves up. Move our blanket out of the way. And lower ourselves down onto our backs. We'll take a lengthening inhale, a tension releasing exhale, and we'll inhale the knees over the hips, shins parallel to the ground. We'll take our arms out to a T, and we'll send the legs over to the right in a twist, sending our gaze over the left fingertips. Breathing here. On our next inhale, we'll bring the knees over the hips again, shins parallel to the ground. We'll take a full breath here. Then we'll lower the knees to the left, taking our gaze over the right fingertips. Taking deep breaths all the way into the belly. We'll inhale the knees back to center. Set the soles of the feet to the ground and gently windshield wiper the knees from one side to the other. And when we're ready, we can slide each leg down the length of the mat. Let the feet flop over the corners. We'll let the arms come down alongside the body, leaving enough space for the underarms to breathe. We'll scan the body, checking for any remaining points of tension and sending the breath there. You can allow the eyes to close as we rest here in Shavasana, corpse pose, our final relaxation pose of today's practice. We'll let the mind come to rest on the sensation of the breath as it flows in and out through the nostrils. We'll allow all of our muscles and bones to sink heavy into the mat beneath us, completely letting go. We'll relax the muscles of the face, the brow, perhaps swallowing once and taking the tongue down from the roof of the mouth, relaxing the jaw. We'll relax the throat and the back of the neck, relaxing the shoulders, letting them sink heavy into the ground. We'll relax the chest and the muscles of the abdomen, the upper back, mid-back, lower back. We'll relax the hips, feeling supported by the earth beneath us. We'll relax the muscles of the quads, the knees, the calves, ankles, even the toes. We can stay here as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, we'll carefully exit the pose in order to preserve as much relaxation as possible. We'll begin by deepening the breath. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Invite some small circles with the wrists and the ankles. Perhaps take a breath and sweep the arms overhead for a full body stretch. When we're ready, we'll roll onto the right side in a fetal position, using the arm for a pillow. We'll allow ourselves several unhurried breaths here. And when we're ready, we'll press our weight into our hands, bringing our body back up to seated, letting the head hang heavy, bringing it up last. I think it's important to take time to honor your practice by thanking yourself for taking the time to relax and stretch today. And thank you so much for joining me. I certainly hope this video was a great step on your way towards relaxation. Go ahead and favorite this video. Watch it again anytime you like. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you found this helpful or if there's something else you'd like to see. And subscribe to Psychetruth. We've got thousands of health and wellness videos to help you on your path. And to learn more about me, you can check out my website, KatrinaRepman.com.